SNSI Rescue Dive is an easygoing, fun course that is worthy and packed with information in true SNSI style. This course, more than any others, will make you appreciate the substantial difference between SNSI and all other programs. Prevention, attention, control, and safety. These are the words that you will be constantly hearing throughout this course, which aims to make you automatically skilled and able to carry out all of the common diving exercises and maneuvers automatically, as if they were an independent reflex. In the classroom, you will learn about the entire range of equipment problems that can arise in critical situations. You will learn to recognize first when they happen to you, then to those near you, then how to approach the problems, and finally, how to resolve them. Training practice in water will allow you to practice all you learned from the manual and your instructor. You will increase your endurance in water and out of it. You will develop an awareness that will help you and your buddy, and you will apply precise rescue techniques when common sense is not enough. With stringent technical resource, it is all within your reach. To take this course, you have to have already passed the BLS First Aid course. Here, you will apply what you learned about first aid and rescue for diving activities, and you will be able to perform proper resuscitation operations. The simulations on land and in water become a chance of growth and fun. Gradually, you will realize that you are changing the way of being in the water, and you will start to see yourself and your dive buddies with different eyes. This course is a fun way to learn a great deal of new things, in which the most important aspect is prevention. You will learn about the mechanisms that lead to anxiety. You will learn to identify states of anxiety before and during a dive. You will also learn what to do to relieve anxiety both in yourself and your companions. And you will learn how to choose a diving point that is suitable for all the divers. You will learn to cancel the dive when necessary, to give proper first aid to those who have accidentally stepped on a sea urchin or have been stung by a jellyfish or other forms of harmful marine life. Lastly, the water training will make you come to terms with the natural and frequently ignored limits of an advanced diver, and you will be able to recognize them, face them, and overcome them. From the point of view of instructors and guides, the SNSI Rescue Diver course provides a solid foundation for anyone who would like to become a skilled and knowledgeable expert. SNSI Rescue Divers are able to manage all the aspects of a dive. They are able to plan and manage the setup and all of the issues involved in diving, and can place all of their attention on their diving partner. They are able to prevent problems or adequately deal with them. You are about to reach a prestigious objective. Prepare yourself for adventure and emotion-filled moments as you learn to become the leader of a diving pair. Any dive buddy you meet will be able to rely on the fact that you are conscientious, capable, and well prepared to make the right decisions at the right times. You will become a safer, more careful, and more controlled diver. After having passed all of the theory and practical tests for the course, which is considered by many as the best and most informative, you will gain the SNSI Rescue Diver certification. If you already have 50 logged dives in your logbook, you can apply for the Master Diver certification, which certifies your extensive experience and serves as a business card that speaks for itself when you go to diving centers anywhere in the world. You will be ready to take the big step, become a professional SNSI diver by passing the SNSI Dive Master course. So then, dive up your life. During this first dive in open waters, you will begin with the objective of reaching super autonomy. The ability to carry out all of the maneuvers with your equipment in an automatic manner without needing to think about it. You will be surprised to discover that there are always new procedures to learn. As in all human endeavors, learning is a continuous process. The more you practice, the more skilled you will become. In the previous courses, you had new experiences. You acquired the ability to orient yourself and go beyond the 60-foot limit provided in the entry-level course, and you learned to night dive. In this lesson, you will increase your self-control, and you will begin to pay more attention to your partner. Important. Greater control equals prevention. There are no magic formulas to transform diving into a fun and exciting adventure. There are a few simple rules that you have been taught since the entry-level course. Plan for prevention. A proper and complete briefing session is important to explain the dive plan and clarifying any doubts about the dive. You learned from the manual that the most important part of a dive is preparation. Your instructor knows that if pre-dive checks are performed well, the work ends when you enter the water. Then the real fun begins. Setting up the equipment is another fundamentally important aspect. Correctly mounting your own scuba unit and verifying that it all works assures you that there will be no equipment problems during the dive. If everything works outside the water, it will also work underwater. Performing a buddy check before entering the water is another crucial element for prevention. Beyond giving you the certainty of having positioned everything correctly and that it all works, it gives you valuable psychological reassurance. This is especially true for anxious divers who frequently worry that something might go wrong. As their experience increases, divers tend to ignore the simple procedures they learned in their first dive. This is a dangerous error. Failing to perform pre-dive procedures is frequently a cause for anxiety that can lead to stress and then to panic. To start a dive with the peacefulness and awareness of having carried out all of the necessary checks and that everything is okay is the first element of prevention an SNSI rescue diver has to consider. Your first exercises will consist of a review of the basic exercises. They will help you develop more familiarity with your equipment. You already know these exercises, so you should be able to perform them without any difficulty. The difference now consists in practicing all of the exercises to increase your ease with the equipment and to improve your aquatic ability in neutral buoyancy. Taking off and putting on your scuba unit in neutral buoyancy requires a high level of concentration and control. You have to begin from the neutral buoyancy position, not too far from the bottom. Take off the BCD, keeping it close to your body and keeping the air supply in your mouth. Then put the jacket on again over your head. To put it on correctly, you need to hold the primary air supply hose between your arms when you place your hands inside the BCD to put it on. Pay special attention if you decide to use a jacket with integrated weights. When you take off the BCD, your body will tend to rise, while the scuba unit will tend to sink. Always keep the unit near your body and rest the tank on your legs while you prepare to put the jacket on. Remember to use breathing to control small variations in buoyancy. If needed, you can also inflate or deflate the jacket, even while you are not wearing it. Another exercise in control consists in taking off and putting on your weight belt in neutral buoyancy. If you have a BCD with integrated weights, it would be best to put part of the weights in your belt for this dive so that you can properly perform this exercise, which is very useful to train you in controlling your position in the water. Just as with neutral buoyancy exercises, good breathing control is also important in this exercise. Breathe slowly in a relaxed manner. Never hold your breath, and you should not have any difficulty maintaining control of your buoyancy. Exchanging your mask with a partner increases your self-control skills. This exercise also needs to be performed while maintaining neutral buoyancy. Without a mask, you cannot see clearly, but you can check your position and compare it to your partner's and the instructor's positions to avoid losing control of your buoyancy. The aquatic ability level of an SNSI rescue diver is to be able to stay underwater without a mask and to keep firm control of your position. At this level, the development of your aquatic abilities will allow you to pay more attention to your partner because you will be highly skilled and will not need to think about the maneuvers you have to perform. They will come to you automatically. As an aspiring rescue diver, you have to begin to perceive changes in depth through the sensations of your eardrums, without visual references and without checking the instruments. Exchanging scubas with your partner increases your aquatic ability and enhances the buddy system. The exercise must be practiced in neutral buoyancy. You must consider the size of your diving partner and the distribution of the weights for each diving component before beginning this exercise. During the briefing, the instructor will pair the diving partners. The partners should stand facing each other. They should keep close, but not too close, leaving room enough so that they do not interfere with each other's movements. You should each give an OK sign and then take off your BCD. You should both position your BCDs on your knees and keep the air supply in your mouths. When you both have your BCDs on your knees and have given the OK signal, take your air supply by the hose and pass it to your buddy. Then pass your respective units. Be careful not to cross the hoses of the air supplies during this exchange. When both partners are ready and have given a mutual OK signal, exchange your units again so that each of you has the one you started with. It is very important that there is an equal distribution of the weights. The partners must agree on the same quantity of weight in the BCD and keep the rest of the weights in their belt. Properly performing this exercise requires respect of the buddy system. The partners have got to move slowly in synchrony, and the faster of the two must always wait for the other. It is also important to help each other setting up all of the equipment, because after having put on the scuba unit, the air gauge or the alternative air supply can wind up in an irregular position. SNSI rescue diver training helps you develop super autonomy, a condition that can only be achieved by developing the needed skills to improve a diver's aquatic ability. A diver who possesses the SNSI rescue diver license has certification recognizing the ability, independence, and capacity to face any diving situation, as well as having an excellent level of aquatic ability. One of the most direct methods to measure the level of a diver's aquatic ability is to evaluate the diver's ability to maintain control of the situation even without a mask. This exercise is very useful for this reason. It requires reaching neutral buoyancy by mouth, then swimming for 30 to 45 feet and remaining in neutral buoyancy, turning around, taking off the mask, and returning back by the same path. your partner will support you during the exercise by maintaining direct contact to offer a point of reference and to help correct your direction while you are swimming without a mask. The Buddha exercise is the maximum expression of skills in maintaining buoyancy. To maintain such a position requires that your weights are properly distributed and you have control of your breathing and you are relaxed. One of the most common errors that divers make when assembling their equipment is that they do not sufficiently tighten the BCD attachment strap onto the tank. Once underwater, the attachment strap fills with water, making it slightly looser. The tank could slip inside, which would be uncomfortable for the diver. In order to develop super autonomy, the simulation of this exercise requires that the diver is able to resolve the problem independently. For this reason, you must take off your BCD and place the tank between your legs so that you can easily adjust the strap that keeps it connected to the jacket. Maintain neutral buoyancy for the entire duration of the exercise and never remove the air supply from your mouth. After having tightened the strap on the tank, put on your BCD again over your head. Remember that putting the BCD on over your head requires that you hold the hose of the air supply between your arms while you slip your hands into the armholes of the BCD. If the tank slips while you are on a real dive, the best solution is to let your partner help. Remain still in neutral buoyancy and let your partner tighten the strap on the tank. At the end of the dive, the instructor will ask you to throw the signal ball. You can use a reel or a spool, whichever you prefer. It is important to gain skill in using all of the equipment that a diver must have on a dive. To obtain these results, it's necessary to repeat the exercises many times because motor skills are honed with diligent practice. For this reason, use every moment to practice and raise your skill level. During the safety stop, always experiment with the Buddha position. With trial and error, you will learn to control the execution of this exercise automatically. Constant practice will make you a complete, controlled, and careful diver. All those who dive with you will know that your level of skill guarantees responsibility and safety. Though you will not be a professional or group leader yet, you will definitely be the leading partner. By viewing this unit of the SNSI Rescue Diver video, you have probably realized that you will reach an exceptional level of skill through this course. As your level of awareness increases, you will become more comfortable while diving, and this means you will have more fun. If the courses you took in the past were SNSI training courses, it will be easy for you to perform these exercises. If you had a different type of training, you might have more difficulty because the progression of SNSI training is different than the others. Your SNSI instructor is a professional who is available to supply you with any additional needed training to develop your skills and guide you while keeping it fun. Through these amazing experiences, you will easily overcome new challenges.